Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rslash Tales from Your Server. In today's episode, body shaming is not okay. Had a customer ask if they could come in knowing they were positive for COVID. 24 years in the industry, and this is the first year I've noticed so many shootings because of customer service. What the actual fuck? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Body shaming is not okay. I was very proud of my interaction with a customer here, and I would like to share it and hope you all enjoy it too. So I work in a kind of divey bar, and as such, we have a bit of wiggle room with rude customers. I love it that way. I was serving a table. From what I could gather, it was a woman, her boyfriend, and a friend of the woman's. I go to take their orders and the friend orders a bacon cheeseburger with fries. We offer a choice of fries or salad with most items. The girlfriend orders a bacon cheeseburger too, and I ask if she'd like fries or salad, and she asks for fries. Cue her boyfriend looking at her and loudly asking, "Oh, seriously? Are you sure you want fries?" He then grabs his stomach and starts, I guess, shaking it at her in a very obnoxious way. Her friend looks absolute shocked and the woman looks super humiliated. I just ignore it and say, "Yep, fries, no problem." Look at the boyfriend and say, "What do you want?" And ISH*T you not, he asks for the exact same thing. "Can I get a bacon cheeseburger with fries?" Without skipping a beat, I grab my belly, shake it at this guy and say, "Oh? Fries? Really? Are you sure?" The two women absolutely die laughing, and the guy goes scarlet and starts yelling, "Oh no! I didn't mean it like that." I tell him I don't care and walk away. Got a massive tip from that table. Thanks for listening. Hope this inspires other hospitality staff to have some fun and help people out. Good for you. I'm glad the woman had a friend with her, who hopefully has a longer conversation with her about how her boyfriend treats her. You mean, has another conversation with her, this time with backup. You are my hero. The idea of ordering a salad with a hamburger is ridiculous to me. Nobody's eating a burger because it's healthy. Where's the commitment to flavor? The hamburger already comes with its own salad. That's what the tomato, lettuce, and pickle are for. I don't eat salad because it's healthy. I just love Caesar salads and get them at every possible opportunity, because there is literally no grocery store anywhere that has Caesar dressing that tastes anywhere close to the restaurant ones I like. But I hate French fries from restaurants because they are never fresh and crispy even when you request it, because the food sits in expo too long every time. That woman needs to lose 180 pounds of ugly fat by dumping the boyfriend. The Lord's work right here. The patriarchy lives on in many ways, but still we rise. That was excellent. Maybe that guy will think about shaming her. You're amazing. That comeback was perfection. Chef's kiss. I wonder if this couple has the same relationship as my boyfriend and I though. We joke around a lot. During quarantine, I made a comment, "I'm feeling chubby these days." He replies, "Time to open a bakery, because those fresh new rolls have to go somewhere." Or when I'm driving, and he starts jiggling my underarm fat because he knows I'll just start laughing. My partner and I make stupid jokes to each other a lot too. But if we were joking like that in public, our close friends wouldn't be shocked, and I wouldn't look humiliated. If he'd said something like that I knew was a joke, but the server took offense on my behalf, I would explain it's just our way of joking around. We usually don't do those jokes in public though. They're mostly just for us together at home. Except the girlfriend looked humiliated. You are awesome. I hope the boyfriend learned his lesson. This is awesome, good for you. Had a customer ask if they could come in knowing they were positive for COVID. This happened about a month ago, but I still need to vent. I work at a pizzeria, so as well as dine in, we do a lot of takeout and delivery. During the day, I'm the only server doing takeout and tables. I had a guy call in for a pickup, After I told him the total and time to pick up, he said he just tested positive for COVID and asked if he could come in to pick it up. No, absolutely you can't. I told him he could pay over the phone, call when he got there, stay in his car, and that I would put it on a table outside, and when I get back inside he could retrieve it. He agreed. 30 minutes later, this guy is waving at the front door trying to get my attention, no mask. I just stood and stared. Finally he called and was like, "Hello, I'm outside." I told him to get back in his car. I seriously don't get what is wrong with people. I already had COVID once, and knowing there are idiots running around knowingly being positive pisses me off. I know a pizza place wasn't the only place this guy went knowing he was positive. I'm sure he went to the store, gas station, hell, someone as dumb as him probably did everything like normal. I work in a hotel, and a year ago, a guest checked in, got up to her room, then called down to say, "Oh, I'm positive for COVID." That isn't a problem, is it? Had to put the whole floor out of order for 2 weeks, and spent the rest of my shift furiously disinfecting anything she might have touched. People, man. You should have called your local health department so that she would have been forced to quarantine for 2 weeks at her expenses and outside of her control. Wow. I'm livid on your behalf. But it's just a bad cold. Really glad you did not let this bogan just do as he pleased. We get scoffed at, sneered at, and sometimes yelled at every single day by people who don't want to wear masks when it is mandated in our state, but apparently we, the lowly employees, are in fact the ones who ordered the mandate and clearly should be held responsible. Oh hell no, he wasn't coming in. When I had COVID I almost ended up in the hospital. Also, I'm lucky I work somewhere that whatever situation, kicking a customer out or even just standing up for ourselves to a super rude customer, the owner has our backs. He knew what he was doing was bad, he just wanted to cause a scene. It's not that he wanted to cause a scene, he wanted someone else to confirm what he has known all along: he's special. Hello, sir? Positive? Of course you can come in. No, those rules are for non-specials, lifters and 9/10 or lower. Had a table that just flew in from NYC, originally from Miami, but stayed in NYC for a week, and 5% D me on a $400 plus bill because I wouldn't take my mask off while talking to them. Ha! Rather lose $60 than potentially a couple weeks of work, losers. The tipping system is absolute bullsh *T. JFC, what a *T bag. It's bad enough we've all got to deal with our unvaxxed idiot family members, but expecting a stranger to accommodate your COVID positive as is some of the most entitled, arrogant, dumbass *T I've ever heard of. And of course the *** hole didn't have a mask. My husband, 7-year-old son, and I are all dealing with a Christmas Omicron infection right now, because my mom, an anti-vaxxer nurse who works in a vent hospital with ICU patients, decided to come here unmasked, unvaxxed for my birthday on the 14th and got us all sick. Symptoms appeared the 20th and we're still going through it. Husband is on day 2 of fevers 101 plus. I had it back in March as well, because an anti-vax ** hole at my husband's work refused to keep his mask up, while working as a line cook, and infected half the back of house staff. We're all fully vaccinated in my house too. Thankfully this one isn't as bad as the first time I got it. If Omicron were a more deadly variant, we'd all be dead. It's a good thing every indication so far seems to imply that this strain is milder. Sorry you had to deal with that crap. Good for you for sticking to your guns and not compromising on your safety. Happy holidays and stay safe. This is why I will never stop wearing a mask and silently judging. Silently? They just love to flaunt the virus. At least he told you. I'm sure there are PPL who aren't doing that much. People like that are idiots who think COVID isn't a big deal, or that it's a hoax. 24 years in the industry, and this is the first year I've noticed so many shootings because of customer service. What the actual fuck? Honestly, what the actual F? I'm not talking about mass murderers. I'm talking about shooting at the Little Caesars because their pizza took 22 minutes. I'm talking about the woman that just shot up the Taco Bell because her order was wrong. And the Wendy's shooting last month because their order took too long. Obviously, I know these people aren't thinking. But what were they thinking? Congrats! You shot up a Taco Bell on 7 different cameras and then drove around the building shooting out windows like you're Yosemite Sam. Now you're in jail with a $1 million bond. Was it worth it? That's the pretext for the purge, right? People, let's all agree to only shoot the pizza delivery guys on one night a year. And yeah, how hardcore do you have to be to take that shift? Because you know management isn't going to close the store. Guys, we're a family here. Which is why I need for you to work on purge night while my actual family and I stay in our mansion your work paid for. I mean, the purge is much more about how the rich can influence society in such a way that it turns the poor on each other while profiteering at the same time. It also makes a note that there is no honor among the rich, and they will turn on each other, and those who survive that will be at the mercy of the lower class who eventually realize they have power in numbers. No way to prevent this, says only country where this regularly happens. We're just not sending enough thoughts and prayers. Canadian checking in. We have rage incidents too, only because guns are not so pervasive, we end up with poop-flinging incidents rather than shootings. It's pretty par for the course these days. People's worst instincts and behaviors being validated by politicians and certain media outlets. The sense of entitlement is through the roof. Sadly, I think it will get worse before it gets better. Everything gets way worse before it gets significantly better. But what is the limit of worse? When do we hit rock bottom and start getting better? Now it just seems like every week we say just one more week of worse. They don't realize that there are people working in the restaurant. They may not have seen the cameras in their zeal for any sort of payback for making them wait so long. Another thing that they fail to realize is that between bad management, bad pay, and awful customers, most people don't want to return to retail and restaurants, which is why their order has taken so long to make and serve. In other words, people are being unreasonable. Anytime you can do something to help the police to prosecute these people, do so, even it means calling the police when manglement doesn't want you to. Dude, it's literally the old Michael Douglas movie Falling Down. Honestly? I think we are all so burned out by the world wages or sh*t, everyone works too hard, there is a pandemic where most everyone has lost someone, and the financial stresses of the world weigh heavily on most people that everyone is just a walking emotional bomb. Some of those bombs have defective self-control and a lack of any real anger management. And since we are a stupid sh*thol country, we let every idiot have a boom boom murder dispenser for some reason. A lot of suburban white people in America have literally never faced a consequence for bad behavior before. Ever. They have always Karen'd their way out of anything. Shoplifting in their teens led to a talking to at most. Getting caught with booze underage got them a ride home by the cops to let their parents ground them. It's a phenomenon known in the animal world as island tameness. A species with no natural predators will walk right up to a hunter and be eaten, never suspecting that there was ever danger. Add those together, and you get a certain amount of people on their last mental legs, some of whom have a firearm close at hand, and who honestly have no fear of any consequences whatsoever for their behavior. This is a bad combo. People forgot how to people during COVID, so when they came back to society, instead of just yelling or, heaven forbid, talking it out, they don't see any other option than gotta shoot. I'm not blaming COVID 100% for this mess, but you gotta admit that it's messed some people's social skills up bad. Can't wait to see how this generation of kids turns out, having been online for part of their schooling, and the younger ones whose development is crucial in true social settings. COVID definitely contributed to the overall daily stress factor. So anyway, I started blasting. No one should have to risk their life for work, especially for less than the poverty line. It's crazy how the systematic issues are so crushing that everyone is attacking each other instead of the rich and those in power who are corrupt. That simply means it's working as intended. Welcome to capitalism. Have there actually been more, or does it seem like more because it gets media attention, I wonder? Like why you're so mad about your food made by a teenager you pull out your firearm? Nice. Solid logic. There absolutely have been more. The media is lacking in their reports. The McDonald's outside my back door gets shot up about every 2 weeks. The Burger King 2 blocks down from there was recently shut down and fenced off because of the shootings and vandalism. Both businesses have bullet holes in their windows at all times. My child watched out her bedroom window as someone was shot across the street over the summer. There was a man shot and killed in a house 6 doors down from mine last month. Although the last 2 weren't customer service related, I mentioned them to point out that it is happening a lot more than a lot of people realize. US has never taken mental health seriously. PPL are under lots of stress and don't know how to cope. Service PPL are convenient punching bags. Boom. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.